From diesel or gas pacers to rocket-powered racers, Nomads, Go-Mads, RVs, schoolies, they'll turn it, tweak it, tune it, fix it so smoothly. That's why he's Badge. Everybody needs one.
Welcome back, sports fans. Yeah, you're right. What the hell is he up to? Well, this is a special occasion because our good friend, the BOB, Bob, our good friend BOB, he's got a Honda. And now I have a Honda. And this is only to thank by Dave Wanders. You can thank Dave Wanders for this. I'm not going to tell you the details because you'll start crying. But anyway, this is how I ended up with a Honda. Now, what I've done is this generator, I've run the wheels off this thing. And I've changed the oil like 6 or 8 times. And it will run all night about 11 hours on a tank of fuel. Because we don't use a ton of power. It just keeps the batteries up. So what I'm doing is I'm going to extend this. So I'm going to put a tank extender on it, thanks to our BOB, because he brought it up to my attention. Now, there's a kit you can buy from Amazon. It's about anywhere from $75 to $125, and gives you everything. But, of course, you know me, Mr. Fix-It, I can do almost anything thing. I made my own. So what I did was bought a kit off Amazon. And it was $23. And what it came with is an oil extender for draining the oil, which is so cool. This is like better than the conduit, believe me. And a dipstick that you can put your fingers on, because you know how hard it is to get dipsticks out. This one's got, you can put your fingers on it, and it's got a magnet on it, which is super, and the oil comes out of it, right? Just tip it over and the oil will come out. And then after you change the oil, put new oil in it, and you put this, now look at how easy it is to put this dipstick in. This dipstick, you can get your fingers on it, and it's really easy. And they're all rings, so you don't have to get it super tight. There you go. That's the kit. 23 bucks, Amazon. You take the gas cap off like this, and this cap goes back on. Now, you got to pay attention, because this here cap has to seal. It has to be on there tight. Now, don't get on there and bite that down thing with a pair of pliers or anything like that, right? Okay, all you have to do is put on there and put it snug. This one has to be tight. Okay, so you got your can of gas. This is an ordinary old can of just an ordinary 5-gallon jerry can. They come in all different sizes. You can do whatever you want with. But anyway, this is what we're using. This one's a 5-gallon or a 20-liter Canadian one. So what you do is you get the top off a gas can, which you got here, right? And you just get another yellow one, the Spectre piece that goes in here. Don't put the gasket on it. And then you need vents. And then you put a nut on it. This is a 1/2-inch fine nut. And then just put a wire tie on it to stop it from falling off. And then what you do is you put this down in the gas can like so until it hits the bottom. And then you put that there. Now, I'm going to put this jug just a little bit higher than the engine. So you got to be up like 6-8 inches. You got to be about 6 inches over top to make it siphon. And what it does is the Honda has got a fuel pump in it. So on the Honda, on a lot of your generators, you got the cap that you have to turn on, turn off for the vent. Well, if it's got that type of cap, this system will work on it, because when the fuel comes down, it sucks the fuel out of the tank, because it goes into a vacuum and sucks it up the hose. That's how it works. And we're going to try it. This here will run probably 4 to 5 days all the time, which we don't do. So I'm figuring I get a week out of this jug of gas now, easily, because we only run it for like 6-8 hours. But this is a cool setup. Mind you, I've never had to come out at night and put gas in this thing. I've filled it up last night at, 9:30 last night, and it just puts. It just does on low mode. It doesn't go into high mode at all. And this morning I come out at 9 o'clock and it was still running. So it only holds less than a gallon of gas. So I'm thinking it's pretty cool setup. But anyway, I'll leave that with you. and I hope you get something out of it.
Each year, thousands of seasonal travelers suffer from a condition known as SNS, more commonly referred to as stinky nomad syndrome. The good news is that there is a cure. Visit HeroSoapCompany.com today and help Batch end the scourge of needless funk, while also helping veterans in need. Just pick your soap and enter Batch at checkout for your discount and help a vet today. It's that easy.
Perfect.
Badge, everybody needs one. We love our badge. And just remember, he's not asking.